And we are here live post-game at the Denny Sanford Premier Center after the Mavericks came away with a big win over Purdue Fort Wayne in the semifinal game to advance to the championship. I mean, what just a pure college basketball game. Both teams trading punches. It was a chaotic ending, but the Mavericks yet again find a ways to win.
Fort Wayne does some things that drives you crazy. You know, they down that ball screen, they make it hard. They get in gaps that makes it hard to drive. They double team, you know, a lot and all the time. And we played into that a little bit. We took advantage of it a little bit, and it was just enough.
This is why we love March as basketball fans. These nail-biter games, these games that come down to the wire, this is why we love March. I think we really noticed tonight, just like the Mavericks have been doing the rest of the season, they find a way to win. And tonight I think we saw that through players like Io, bench players, just a great sign for the Mavericks as they head into the championship game.
I mean, yeah, just like you guys said, I mean, win at all costs, win however. And it's interesting because this is the third win right here. 10 points. It's a point differential and 3 wins. I mean, these teams play really, really well against each other. They play the games close. And when you have a guy like John Conchar on Purdue Fort Wayne, who is one of the best players in the Summit, it's just hard to stop that guy. But tonight, you know, the defense proved himself right. A big shout out to JT Gibson for the way he played on-ball defense, forcing 7 turnovers against John Conchar.
I thought that was 2 really good basketball teams, 2 really hungry basketball teams that neither one wants their season to end. And you have to give credit where credit is due, and it goes all over the floor tonight. 1 over to Fort Wayne. I just think John Kaufman does a terrific job with his basketball team. I think he puts together a great team every year. They compete. They're hard to guard. They're hard-nosed. They have great players. You know, John Conchar's just been a bear for us for 4 years. We're fortunate he missed 1 at the end, but I thought we did a good job of pressuring him. And they didn't want it to end, and you could tell. In our games with Fort Wayne, just over time, I think I don't know how many in a row have been under 7 points, and tonight was no different.
I'm just happy for everyone involved, like in the process, the coaches and all my teammates and everything. Everyone puts in so much work behind closed doors and everything. And just to be able to be in this opportunity and represent Omaha, it's just great for the city and great for our school.
And now previewing tomorrow's matchup a little bit, the Mavericks take on North Dakota State. What's your guys' take on that? Because obviously the Mavericks have struggled from the floor in the conference tournament. North Dakota State got lucky that Western Illinois upset South Dakota State in the first round, but a matchup that the Mavericks won both times in the regular season. What do you guys see in that game?
You know, I think this is really exciting that we get to play North Dakota State because the Mavericks do match up really well with them like we saw in the regular season. But it's going to be no walk in the park. Like we said, big stage, huge game, conference championship. The Mavericks have to be ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, just because we're not playing South Dakota State doesn't mean that this team is not formidable. I mean, they're going to play us hard. We had to come back against North Dakota State at North Dakota State this season when we were down and we didn't shoot well. But as we said before, we just found ways to win. And on top of that, they are a really good three-point shooting team, and we've proven that we can guard the perimeter tomorrow more than any other night. It's a night we really need to desperately guard the perimeter and stop the three-point shooter of North Dakota State.
This is something me and Zach have talked about ever since the missed shot 2 years ago. The only thing on our mind was getting back to this same situation we're in now. And, you know, it means the world that all the hard work that we've put in and, you know, the nights that we've gone to the gym and just put in work to be able to even have this opportunity, you know, it just means the world to me.
And you can catch all 3 of us on call tomorrow night as the Mavericks take on North Dakota State in the conference championship at 8 p.m. for a spot in the NCAA tournament.